All right, so you see how the light source was directly over building 1800, and while I was standing over there in front of building 1800, that's what I was stating. When I'm standing over here, it's right in front of me. Now, when I'm standing over here, and it's if the sun was anywhere near this direction over here building, I would have to turn my person and capture it over there. That's not what I'm doing, though, right? That's not where this light activity is, right? This light activity is impossible light activity, but it's speaking to the maintenance of the light source. As impossible as it is, as demonic as you now understand, this is real-time movement of a light source. And that's how you also know what a third-party group stalker is and what they're doing, stalking in the path with light, using that white Civic. That's what that is, and that's criminal facilitation. That's also impunity attributed to the entity, but also particularly that third-party group stalker in particular. All right, she's going to federal prison. I want to be clear, Don Noggle, Todd Speaker, the people of the state documented engaging in what is group stalking with this entity right here, LAPD, which is just monitoring group stalking while I'm surrounded with the light source, while I'm surrounded with engineered light, while I'm using my communication device and naming the people at state who are going to federal prison, while that entity is threatening via a helicopter. As I name those third parties, I want to be clear, those third parties are the ones whose term in federal prison are directly impacted. And because that's exactly how it goes. As I document a third party, the entity will arrive in helicopter. So the entity likes to threaten while you document it, while you enforce your rights. The entity will go to federal prison. That's how you are imploding, okay, this whole system. So the entity that I documented, that was Don Noggle, Todd Speaker, Maria Solis Alvarez, Carla Lopez, as I'm documenting them. The entity engages in what is even flying over my head, flying in circles, repeatedly crossing paths, monitoring, and then communicating a threat. I want to be clear. The entity flying around like we're in some third world country. It's unfortunate that that happens in third world countries, okay? But we're supposed to be the United States. We're supposed to be so different. I want to be clear. That's a very severe threat to my life, acting like you're going to drop bombs on me. All right, that's what they're doing. Do not miss the credible threat. That's beyond a credible threat. That's why I've termed it. It's an impermissible threat. While they are clearly engaging in what is very aggressive conduct, and this is while they know that they're being documented, and I'm publishing it on the internet. I need you to put yourself in, if you can. Okay, I don't think the average person can. But if you can imagine in your mind the position and the behavior of an entity where they're not documenting, they don't have the mind to put it on video, and they're doing what the LAPD, what the Ontario Police Department, what the Fontana Police Department, the Montclair Chino Police Department, the Pomona Police Department, the San Bernardino Police Department, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, these departments are doing in the face of documentation. Okay. There is an even more severe threat. The behavior is even more potent and threatening. You're talking about kidnapping, which the entity has done that. Again, that's what I'm saying. This is a real threat to your life and your well-being. The entity engages in what is very severe and threatening and aggressive conduct while they are corrupt law enforcement agencies seeking to conceal the system. And they do so even more. All I'm saying is imagine the ordinary target individual in this position facing that level of a threat by an agency, a corrupt agency that is nowhere being documented. Okay, they're in some corner in some state up in Mississippi monitoring American citizens and have been getting away with it for a long time. And nobody's going to tell you. You don't know anything about what's going on. So I just want you to understand that this is what the entity is doing in the face of enforcement of my rights. Okay, that speaks volumes about the threat and the necessity of the very punishment that I'm advocating. While the entity wants to threaten, understand Don Noggle is the entity. You might as well put his name where LAPD, group stalking a helicopter, Don Noggle, group stalking via helicopter. It is the entity acting as one. The entity acting on behalf of, no. The entity is incriminating Don Noggle. And all of that threat that I am approached with is going toward his punishment. Okay, because that's how that system works. It's not an ongoing coincidence, the simultaneity of conduct, the ongoing threatening conduct as I'm documenting. All right, the sound of helicopter activity, because I'm talking about how asinine their stalking and demonic behavior with light is. The entity acts as one, acting at the same time and surrounded by what is a phenomenon. It's unreasonable to suggest it's a coincidence, let alone that it's a coincidence happening over and over again. It is the pattern of conduct. And these are demented group actors. They are demon possessed. Okay. So anyway, I just want to make sure I give that ongoing relevant context. It's 2:17 p.m. Documentation is showing at this time of year in 2021, which I'm just giving just ongoing vivid illustrations because it's full of it. There is a whole body of evidence that the entity is faced with when LAPD decided to start threatening my life while I'm just trying to go to work at Alvarado Gardens. And the entity, I guess they thought they were going to just swoop me up and I don't know. I'm not even going to entertain and fantasize about what the entity intended because it's not good. Threatening your life and threatening your livelihood and engaging in this level of harassment while you're just trying to survive day to day, just go to work. I'm not even doing what I'm trained to do. I'm an attorney, okay? Being a property manager is beneath my training level. Do you understand? So I'm just going to work minding my business. And this entity tried to exact an attack. Again, I've been documenting this for years. And so, and while they initiated that, I documented it. But there's a whole body of evidence that this entity can in no way address. And it's beyond a coincidence, while I'm in an entirely different area now, what they are acting in conformity to. I did not pull out my camera and ask them to come fly over my office every day. They initiated it, and I documented it. And this is not new. The entity has been engaging in what is stalking via corrupt law enforcement agencies for years in what is a very, very specific environment. Okay, so this is nothing other than inevitable justice. Inevitable. It's currently 2:19 p.m. and this is P.O.C.